If you think grown-ups can't have adventures, you're wrong. Last Saturday, me and my housemate Elle left the safe confines of our house and journeyed across Liverpool from north to south, or more specifically to Speke Hall. So what if the journey was by bus? It's called using your resources. Haven't you seen the weather recently? I have to hold up my hands here and admit, I am a big National Trust nerd. I love English history, and when we used to go on holiday as a family across the UK, the halfway point would always be National Trust properties. So, you know, I've grown up experiencing them and I still love them. There's just something about that comforting mix of soothing nostalgia and whimsical educational value, the stuff that you learn there and then that you forget the moment you leave, but it's still nice while you're there. I'm even a member of the National Trust now, which sort of makes me feel like I have a small investment in each of the properties that I visit. Like, you know, if I ever feel like I'm stuck for places to go, I can just stop off at one of the properties. So yeah, I am a real hardcore National Trust nerd. I'm proud of that too. Speke Hall is a Tudor manor house in South Liverpool. It's one of the finest examples of its kind. It's really close to London Airport actually, and there was even one tourist there who said at the time, just remarking, yeah, it's a nice house, but they built it a bit close to the airport, didn't they? Honestly, I just went, people these days. I've been there once before, but as my housemate hadn't and it was all decorated for a Victorian Christmas, I thought it was the perfect time to go and embrace the festive spirit. The moment you get to the place, the festive vibe is going. There was someone at the entrance selling roasted chestnuts, and it's been ages since I've had some, so I thought, why not? And then I realised why it was ages, because there's such a hassle to get at them. Just peeling off all the skin, it goes everywhere and you're creating a mess. But to be honest, it's worth it because roasted chestnuts are just to die for. As we walked up to the house, we passed Father Christmas's grotto, and for those of you who go, Father Christmas? It's basically the UK version of Santa Claus. They're pretty much the same figure, really. And Elle was just like, oh, I really want to go and see Father Christmas. And the thing is, you know, when you're 21, you can't really justify it when you're queuing with loads of expectant toddlers, you know, and the parents. And if they look at you like, really? You guys? I mean, yeah, there's embracing the Christmas spirit and then there's going a bit too far. There was also a pair of donkeys giving rides to toddlers that we passed along the way. And at first I was like, donkeys, really? And then of course I remembered, Little Donkey, the story of Mary and Joseph going to Bethlehem. You can quite easily forget it was donkeys. And then I just had this memory of all the bitter old fogies who go, oh, Christmas, it's just for the kids, isn't it? And while I do admit there are certain aspects of the festive period that you can only really get away with as a youngster, particularly the whole Santa Claus thing, I still think there's some parts of Christmas that, you know, are really for adults. You know, of course, it's much easier to give presents when you have the money to do it, and I like it. I don't find that stressful if you plan it out in advance. And then there's also the Christmas party and the Christmas party hangover the next morning. That's all part of being an adult. I would never go as far as saying it's not as magical for grown-ups. It all depends on how you spend it. Inside the Great Hall we found carol singers singing numbers old and new. It was quite surprising hearing the new ones because I don't know why, but it didn't compute to me that they'd still be writing new carols. And the thing is as well, I mean, they were nice, but it's the old traditional ones like While Shepherds Watch and Away in a Manger that got the big response, you know, that got the crowd singing with them. But at the same time, it was still lovely to hear it. Gran always says the old songs are the best. The hall had a spectacular Christmas tree and pretty much every room had a wreath adorning the mantelpiece. But at the end of the tour, we finished it by making sugar mice in the kitchen. So really, you couldn't escape the festive feeling. It was just wonderful. I know this vlog is kind of self-indulgent compared to the other ones about Christmas because it's something that I've just experienced. But then at the same time, Christmas is a little bit self-indulgent, isn't it? Yes, it is a time for giving, but it's also a time for surrounding yourself with the things that you love, and not just friends and family. I mean, aside from the minor detail of the birth of Jesus Christ, another reason that we started celebrating Christmas was because it's winter. You need a festival just to encourage this feeling of goodwill, don't you? And I'm already looking back on it as a defining moment of my Christmas season in 2014, which is what you need to do each year. You need to have things that really make the Christmas season. You haven't got to limit the Christmas season to just the big day itself. I say get out there and do stuff that is worth reminiscing about next year, if only to make you more inspired for 2015. Right, I was going to go out and do stuff, but it's raining now. Have you had that thing where you have loads of stuff to do and you're about to go and do it, but just then it starts raining? Like, seriously. Weather is not on my side today, but I don't know, I'll figure it out. I'll just get away if I have to. See you guys next time.
On the first day of Christmas, Zeppelin gave to me a video because I subscribed.